Nah, man.
No.
Yeah. So we recently, before we even got on, we seen this interview that Kirk just dropped
Right.
Uh-oh.
with
Right.
what is it? Tamron Hall.
Tamron Hall.
DJ Jeremiah got the notification. He got notifications on.
No, honestly, I was just online and it comes up and it came up. I was on IG and one of those blog sites on IG was just posted it, and I was like, "Yo, I didn't see this," and it just Kirk was just there, man, and his wife. So, but yeah, I just shared it with you.
What did you guys feel about the original situation? Like hearing Kirk curse out his son. What were your thoughts on that?
I think we're getting hung up on his relationship with his son. To me, it was more so, can anything get you to get to that place? And how comfortable is he with a lot of that language anyway? You know, it was kind of like he's talking about his son and what his son did, and I was like, man, there was some compound cuss words he used.
Right,
they felt comfortable. they felt super comfortable coming out, no stutter. You know what I mean? So
like
it was
butter,
more
right?
so. Yeah, it was more so like, okay, let's talk about that first. Like, what I was worried about is, are people going to take this as, there you go again, Christians acting like they're all holy in one sense, but then when they by themselves, this is how they really talk, and they want you to act the other way, but they don't even act that way. So that was my first worry. But yeah, I don't know. I don't have his same problem, so I don't want to like just say I would never do this or that, but it was a little surprising, and all the people that jumped to his defense was a little surprising. It was like, you know,
a lot of people.
It was just like, interesting, huh? So because my whole thing is, this is real. My relationship with God is real. This is not an act, and so many people believe that it's an act. And to me, that just adds to that feeling of, this is fake. He's just doing this for money. He pretends to be, you know, the gospel Christian guy in public, but this is who he really is. That to me is a negative. That's not a positive. So that was my initial reaction.
So what did it change? Your reaction change?
No.
To me, you said initial, like,
when I first heard it, that's what I felt. It didn't really change, because I haven't really heard him talk about that part of it. I don't really hear a lot of people talking about that part of it. They're just talking about, oh, you know, kids are crazy and he's an adult and blah, blah, blah. That part of it is almost irrelevant to me.
And that was from both sides. Dude, that was
private?
from Christians in the secular world. We're like,
Yeah,
oh, you know, that's,
so
you know,
what?
it's,
So what?
Right. I was like, what? Okay.
And I'm not saying that people don't. I know a lot of Christians that curse, so I'm not saying it's surprising. I'm just saying that it just adds to the narrative of, this is all fake, and that's what I worry about. Right.
Definitely.
I mean, and it was more than just the cursing. It was, you know, and I'm not saying I agree with cursing or I disagree or whatever, but the tone, like, you know what I mean, what he was saying, you know what I'm saying? And I think somebody said that, like, you could say, oh shoot, you know what I mean, or you could do something and not say an actual curse word, but the heart behind it can come off, you know what I mean, in a negative manner. So, you know, it was, I think it was
Jesus
more,
talked about that.
Yeah, more than just the cursing. It was just more the, like, the attacking and the threatening. Like, he straight up said he gonna beat his son up. You know what I'm saying? That's what he said.
He said, put a foot through his neck.
I heard him
put my foot on your neck.
I heard him say he gonna put his foot on the neck of a grown man.
Right.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
No, I mean, I feel like, well, we already discussed this. I mean, it's hard to really speak on it because we don't really know the full context of it or what his son did for him to react like that. You know what I mean? I mean, it's easy to say, you know, he shouldn't act that way. Of course, we know that. You know, I think they were both wrong, right? In the way they both spoke to each other. You know what I'm saying? The son should respect him. He shouldn't be using those type of words with his son.
Right.
But, you know, again, we don't have the full context of it. So I don't know what exactly his son did or been doing, and then kind of, you know, got him at a vulnerable moment. And then on top of the fact that it was private, you know, it's a private moment that his son decided to share, and it just looked bad in that sense. But I mean, I guess that's what a lot of people kind of extended that grace to Kirk, because it's like, man, we've all slipped somewhere somehow, except he got the spotlight on him. I mean, a lot of people mess up, but they're not on TMZ. So
yeah.
So it's kind of different, man.
People don't got that fame and that fishbowl lifestyle.
But what'd you think about that interview though? With the
new one
we just saw.
Tamron?
Yeah.
I ain't really. Well, I mean, we watched it, but I don't know. My thing is, why is he going on everywhere speaking on it?
Right.
Because, like I said, because initially, like, it was a private moment, but now you got to go everywhere.
Now you're going on a promo run.
Yeah, you're doing a press run for it now. Like,
yo, somebody said that this might be a reality show.
Oh, it might be. What's the Ayana Fix My Life?
I do not want to see Kirk on that at all. I don't want to see him on that or the Red Table Talk.
I don't know.
That's next.
Yo, he could be on the Red Table Talk. He could be on the Red Table Talk. I can see that happening.
He might try to milk this all the way.
I can see that happening.
He might be.
The thing that I also thought about was it's really difficult for preachers' kids and kids of these famous Christian people because they get to see the real person all the time. Right. And what his son may be expressing, and to me, it was wrong for him to release these tapes. But what his son may be expressing is, y'all don't know the real person. You think he's this gospel person. He is not.
Right.
I think that's the person. That's what he was trying to accomplish. And I think for a lot of kids, that's why it matters so much who you are in private. And that's why I stress that so much, because your kids can see you. They know who you really are. And them watching you be two-faced, where you get on stage or you get in front of a camera and you sound one way, and then they get to see the other side, that can ruin their faith right from the jump. So that could be, you may be seeing the results of that in this kid. I don't know, but it feels like that may be what's going on.
Can we stop saying kid?
Right, he ain't a kid, right? Dude, grown man.
He near my age. He near my age.
It's his kid.
His kid, but he's grown man. I'll say this. I've worked in youth ministry years, and what we saw in youth ministry was that the kids who parents were legitly saved, who really adopted Jesus in their household, wasn't bad kids. Like, they were good kids. They I mean, I don't know what majority of them are now, you know what I'm saying, as you get older, but majority of them were very good kids, and people saw that. I'm saying what I'm saying because I feel like Sean, piggyback what Sean said, is sometimes when you see doubleness in your house, that doesn't sway you. I mean, it could sway you, and it can make you jack you up. Like, wow, so is this just a show, XYZ? But the problem with saying that is he has 3 other kids that are, you know what I'm saying, straight.
And they're fine.
Yeah, so it's like. So you have a dynamic here because one is this is Kirk's oldest son, right? Kind of he was saying to Tamron with his ex-girlfriend and help raise with his wife. Now, when he was saying that he posted something recently, his son posted something recently where he was saying that he felt like he was abused, parent abuse or not child abuse, but and I'm trying to figure that out. So was you getting spankings? Was you getting beatings? Was Kirk Joe Jackson? What is the situation going on? And was he abusing you like physical abuse, or was you getting spankings? Because I grew up on spankings.
Right. Me too.
You know what I'm saying?
I grew up on whoopings.
Yeah, whoopings too. Yeah. Go out there and get that switch. And that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So it's
extension cords and all that.
What kind of kid were you, bro? What you doing?
Bad. Just bad. All kinds of bad.
So you got woken up too? That's how bad you is. What's the level of badness? If you got woken up in your sleep with a belt, then you a bad kid.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely got one of those too.
Now, this is a good question by Kim. She says, who was laughing in the background? That disturbed me more than the cursing when I first heard it.
I believe that was his wife.
I thought
no. He said it was his brother. He said it was not his brother, but like somebody that he grew up. Yeah, like
he said it's like an uncle to carry on.
Yeah.
Oh, was it? Do sound.
And I guess was he trying to mediate, or was he trying to?
I guess
he was gassing him. He was putting a battery in his back.
If you laughing, like that's just like. Like if I hear one of y'all cursing out and be like, yo, chill, like fall back, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be there just chuckling away, like, oh
right. Yo, you the wrong accountability partner if you doing that.
But it's funny coming from Kirk Franklin, though. That's
why he laughed.
Like, stomp.
He laughed. He was like, whoa, that was smooth. You ain't lost it, bro.
Come on. Like that person, Kirk, you're hearing that person go off like that. You know what I'm saying? So, I do think at the same time, releasing those tapes, it's kind of whack. I mean, honestly, and the reason why I'm saying that is because it's like, if we having a serious conversation, if me and my mom is having a serious conversation and she's going off on me, I'm not going to release that to the world. I don't care if she's world famous, is she a greatest preacher ever or whatever, or a singer. It's just like, I'm like, this is between me and you. So I think what he did, like, I think this is a cry for help, honestly. I really think, when I was reading his text, it's kind of like he wants to be with his father, but it's something there that's blocking them from getting together and really like being a family again. You know what I'm saying? That's what it felt like when I read the comments.
And that's something that I said in the last episode, that, this is not always a bad thing, in the sense that you're getting exposed, right? Your dirt is getting exposed. Yeah, of course, nobody wants their dirt out there. Obviously, when you're famous and everybody knows you, this goes, Shade Room and everybody else. But maybe this had to happen for them to finally, you know what I mean? Like, like us as Christians, sometimes we don't deal with certain individuals. We're like, yeah, I'm not dealing with them. But you know that the Lord has been tugging at your heart, like, yo, you got to go reconcile that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
right.
Maybe it took this kind of thing to happen for Kurt and his son to finally, all right, we gotta have this talk. You know what I'm saying? We need to.
So you're saying this is like a cry for help.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like also God's doing at the same time,
for sure.
Where you're being exposed. Sometimes we think that being exposed, of course, is embarrassing. But that's God really, you know what I mean? He's disciplining you, you know what I'm saying? He's showing you a way out, showing you, listen, take care of this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Who knows if Kirk could have went and lived his life and never even reconciled with his son, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Or you know what I mean? Maybe it takes this to, all right.
Only thing
I mean, Kirk has said,
go ahead. No,
I was gonna say that the in the interview, Kirk mentioned that the son has been going through therapy. He has gone to therapy and all this other stuff. So I agree with Switch saying maybe this will be like that moment where they're both like, okay, let's sit down and let's try to fix this.
Yeah, because the son was saying that therapy was years ago, and that he tried to hit him, or he did hit him. You know what I'm saying? Like he's saying stuff like that. So I'm just like, maybe it takes this magnitude for you to be like, yo, I gotta.
Yeah, you know what I mean? My only thing with that is, I don't think his promo run is gonna help it.
Right.
Because he keeps going and speaking and publicly about the problems his son had. His son's not gonna want to talk to him.
Right. And yes, especially if he dragged him through the mud, right? Because he's over here on TV talking about like, yo, my son got problems. We've been going through counseling, like. But we didn't finish watching the 12-minute video. We watched like 6 minutes of it, so he might have gone into it. No, I'm saying as far as like my problem with it was, it wasn't like if I mess up, I'm gonna be like, yo, I did this, I did X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
talk about you.
We
don't talk about you.
Right. We had a little situation between us in the podcast, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? My bad. I overreacted. I should have communicated with you guys better, right? That was a conversation. You know what I'm saying?
After you cussed us out.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes.
Got the tapes. Send the tapes to Trackstarz. We'll play.
Send it to the crew.
Right.
Send it to the crew. The crew have it in, y'all being a silhouette.
Give it to the crew. We give it to the crew to leak it, and then we come on your show to do the interview.
Talk about it. Yeah. That's the CHH game plan right there.
But that's what I'm saying. Like he didn't say like his part in it and what he did wrong or what he should have done better. You know what I'm saying? It was like my son.
Right.
I didn't like that, bro. And especially when you go in, this is the second time because he went on Instagram or whatever, and he did a story, right, or whatever it was, and he went live or whatever. It was like, yo, my son, we had some problems, whatever. And he apologized to the people, not to his son, for the way that he called him by his name or whatever.
He's defending himself.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I don't like that. I don't like that
either.
Yeah, I think that's funny. I don't think people are really looking at that far. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he's a man, he did this and that. But it's true. It looks like he's really covering up for himself rather than really trying to fix the relationship.
Right. That's how I see it.
Yeah, or really apologize for what he said. You know what I'm saying? But he's like, that's corny.
But you got I'm sorry. Go ahead, bro.
I was gonna say because if that's truly a mistake, right? You stand by it, and then you really apologizing to your son. But it don't seem like that. It don't seem genuine in that sense.
Well, well, here's another thing too. You got to think about it is we're not dealing with somebody who's like just any old body in gospel music. We're dealing with the head honcho of our era of gospel music. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So definitely the goat of our era.
Yeah. So we thinking about it like if this was the 60s or the 50s and Mahalia Jackson, something came out about her, people be like, oh snap, yo, we gotta, you know what I'm saying? So we're dealing with somebody that if you walk down the street right now and you say, yo, you listen to gospel music, a lot of people will be like, yo, Kirk Franklin. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the urban content when you talk about urban hip hop, R&B type gospel music. It's Kirk Franklin. He's the number one person that people don't talk about. So that's what he's like. Now he's like, well, I am Kirk Franklin, and people can't know that I'm talking like this to people, so this need to be changed. No, I'm serious. Like that's being real. Like because that comes with your persona as a gospel star. It's like, you know what I'm saying. It's been times when you be somewhere with somebody that you chill with, and after they done off stage, like, yeah, man, let's go get some MF burgers. You're like, what? Like what? Like what are you talking about? Like, are you serious? Like. And you don't say anything because you feel like they may feel like you judging them, but you like, did he just say that? Like, really? You know what I mean? So now it's to a point where, using Kirk as an example, he has to be like, man, I have to clean this up because this could shake my image. And maybe that's God. Like God maybe be like, hey, I want you to shake your image and get, like you said, somebody said earlier, get right with your son, but then also shake your image like you don't have it all together. You don't have it all together. You need me more than anybody else. That's true. You singing Imagine Me too. Good you know what I'm saying?
Right. That's true.
That's good stuff.
Ooh. And then you find out
Holy Ghost revival. We having a Holy Ghost revival today.
Right. Ruach.
Nah, man. I need Holy Jesus too, bro. Like I need God every day.
Jesus. Yeshua HaMashiach, right?
Yeshua. God bless you.
God bless you. Yeah, I was say you sneeze.
I was just joking, man. If anybody, you know what I mean. But I mean, I think that's what it is. It's like when you in the public spotlight and like,
that makes sense.
Yeah, you have to. Your image is like, what do people know about Kirk Franklin that's really bad besides pornography? like in the past it was that, but right now it's like what? Yeah. What do you know? Yeah.
He rolled right through that road. He said, besides pornography, like it was light.
You brought it up.
No, I'm just saying. No, what I'm saying is like, I'm saying that based off of that was like years ago when he was on Oprah Winfrey Show and talked about that. So it wasn't like that was last month or last year. He was
on Oprah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was like, you know what I mean? He telling his story like, yo, I got free from it, blah, blah, blah. So that's the only thing that people would like really negative say about Kirk Franklin. Right. But now this is like, yo, Kirk Franklin is hood as everybody. My grandmother that go to church. She cursed me out and then go talk about Jesus. You know what I mean? Like,
he came off like that was fluid. Like he on the block.
Like, like he just got saved, right?
Yeah.
Like he just got saved last week,
Guys called them immediately.
Taking it off,
Yeah.
It's funny. I got a question for Jeremiah. I saw your tweet where you said, and you mentioned it earlier on the show now, that you don't want to see him on Red Table Talk or any of these other therapy, whatever. So what's the reason behind that? I'm curious to know.
Well, I think because I feel like Red Table Talk it just feels like it's entertainment. It's like I feel like Jada puts people on those seats. She has the right intentions, but it ends up turning into entertainment and memes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, we got a Snoop Dogg meme out of it. We got a Will Smith meme out of it. And it's like, does this change these people? You know what I'm saying? My prayer for Kirk is like him and his son really like go behind the scenes and clear it up and then come out and talk about it. Yeah. Because I think that's what needs to happen. Phil, huh? Yeah. Not even Dr. Phil. I'm talking about the Lord. Like, go with you and God, your son and God, and y'all have a hash out conversation and really talk. And have that conversation like, okay, this is what happened. Have a legit mediator, somebody that don't care who Kirk Franklin is and don't care who you is, and really have a mediator about that. And they talk that out, and they become father and son again. And then after the fact, if you want to show the aftermath of that, but put that in public. Like to me, it's just like,
what do y'all think it is? What do you think they're fighting about? You think it's money? Like what could it be that's that bad?
Well, Kirk said that his son keeps disrespecting him. So I want to know what's the disrespect. You know what I mean? Is it the way that he talks to him?
It probably is, but he might have. If his pops has been disrespecting him like all his life, he learned that, so he gonna respond with the same energy. Like he said, I like to see you try it or something like that. Like he was testing him at that point. Yeah. At that point, like, a 33-year-old man tells you, I like to see you try. Hey, let's go in the backyard, put on them gloves, you know what I'm saying? And box it out, and then we pray together, and that's it. It's done.
This is why Jimmy got beat up when in his bed when he's waking up because his mom or dad.
How many of y'all would accept the fade from Pops? That's the question.
I'm good.
I'm too scared of my pops, man.
Yeah. I have a real quick story, real time. My younger brother got arrested. Well, got arrested. He alive, but he's incarcerated right now. Yeah. But he tried my father.
One love to your brother.
Right. He tried my father. Yeah. And my father was like sick. He was like not like going towards his deathbed or anything, but he was like really sick at the time, and he was getting better, and then his health was failing here and there. But my father was like, I don't care how old I am or how sick I am, I'm gonna beat your tail. And he beat my brother up. And my brother was like, at this time, my brother was like young teenager. Yeah. And my brother was like, okay, I'm going to bed now. And it's just good night. I think I could never disrespect my parents, and because I think certain scriptures just really scream at me as a kid, even as an adult. And just having like that, honor your parents, you know what I mean? Your life live longer, and it's just like I couldn't never disrespect them. Like both of my brothers tried my father when he was alive, and I was like,
I fought my brother a couple times, but not
yeah, that's like me. My pops could be old, but he, you know what I mean? He could be paralyzed. Well, God forbid, but him like that. You know what I'm saying? Nah, one time I got a little crazy over the phone. And he was like,
try it.
You gonna do that? You sure you gonna do that? And then I was like, nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm capping.
Straight cap.
I'm capping. Right now.
I got in an argument with my pops one time. That was the first and last argument, yo. And I didn't even say anything disrespectful. We was arguing. But mind you, my pops did like 20 years in jail.
Wow.
He was a big dude too. So we argued after he came home because he was staying with me, right? And he would and I didn't realize till after the fact that him adjusting to being home. Yeah. He left when I was a kid, right? So he came home still talking to me as if I was a kid. And so we got in an argument over that. But that dude got up and approached me, man.
Bro, you felt like a kid after.
I was, keep talking. Yeah,
you lucky he didn't catch you in the shower, bro, with the shank. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Wow, what?
That's random, bro.
Right.
The shower with the shank.
Right, this dude.
That's how they do in prison. I seen Oz.
Yeah, but never again. Never again. Yeah, that was random. YP's like, what?
But the son, I don't know. I don't know if he was lying or not, but he had said that this recording, TD Jakes was on the phone.
He did say that, and then Kirk Franklin
said a different story, right? Like, nah, that's not who was on the phone. He also said that he never cursed at his pops in that conversation, where it sounded like he did curse at his pops.
Like he did, yeah.
So I don't know, like, you know what I mean? I already see some things that have a little bit of lies. So I'm like, maybe you know, who knows?
This
could be clout. This could be a big clout chase.
Could be.
And maybe this is
tape soon, huh?
Yeah, this is.
He's a producer, right?
He want to be signing for your soul.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, he said, like, I don't need no money from Pops. I'm a producer or whatever.
He said he don't need clout though. He was like, you know, that's why I haven't accepted nobody requests to get on the show or anything like that. But let's see, man.
And he not a little producer. Like he did like big joints.
Oh, word? Like what's
like
his,
he did
what's
like,
his resume?
Like J-Lo's like some of her hits and stuff like that.
Oh, word?
Wow.
So he ain't no chump producer.
Yeah.
So,
but honestly, I don't want this. I know somebody. I saw somebody famous tweet this. I think it was D.L. Hughley, where he's talked about Marvin Gaye and how Marvin Gaye's father ended up killing him. It's like you don't want it to go that far. Like
my sister just posted that in the comments.
Yeah, I'm about to say someone just said that.
Yeah, you don't want it to go that far, because if it goes that far, then you're going to jail, and then people gonna feel a heavy like loss. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like you don't want that, man. You don't. Like I said, we don't know. We don't know how crazy this situation is. You know what I'm saying? But we do know that God is a comforter, and then God is he can reconcile people.
Man.
If they just died to the pride in them, God could reconcile people. You know what I mean? So I think it's there, because honestly, Kirk, the way he was talking to Miss Hall, the person on the host, it sounded like he's like, that's my boy, I love him. You know what I mean? Yeah. But right now, it's just I don't know.
Sean is like, you gotta
say it like that when you get to that point.
At that point, I don't know, son.
Because that first apology was like, I want to apologize to y'all, not to my son.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that was kind of crazy though. So because people in the comments like, you don't have to apologize to us, apologize to your kid. What you doing?
I think he's putting a little bit of sauce on it. I think he's done with that kid. And now he has to look like he cares about him. That's personally what I think.
I think that there was something that made Kurt say, I'm done with him. Like, could have been whatever. Like, we don't know. We can make assumptions, right? But it could have been something that was crazy. And he's like, nah, I'm done with this kid. I'm cut off. Yeah. He's done. And then now we're trying to mediate.
Been done when he leaked the tape, bro. What? You leaked the tape?
Yeah, that's a straight up threat. That's you going for my head.
And maybe he don't want to admit. Maybe he did something wrong and he don't want to admit it neither. You know what I mean? And you're just like, yo, I've been trying to get you to say what you did was wrong, and he, you know what I mean? You don't know.
But you know what's so interesting? It's like he first released those tapes and people was like, yeah, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So then he had
Nobody
to go deeper.
cared.
Yeah, he had to go deeper in the story. And I told somebody in my job, I was like, you know what would really hurt Kirk if he would have said like, yo, I came out to my father and he told me I'm done with you. That would have been like cancel Kirk.
That would have been worse than the tape.
Yeah, 10 times worse than the tape. So when I think he thought in his mind like, oh, my father's a known gospel artist.
That would have buried him. Wow.
It would have been done. But I think we so in the Christian ratchet community too that some people are like,
they're like,
I just said bad words to my son.
Right,
so what are you talking about? You know
everybody
what I mean? Like,
says that. Like, my grandma would be cursing me all the time. This is a normal thing. Like, not me. I'm just saying, like, people just kind of felt like,
people on Twitter were saying that though. People on Twitter were saying that like it wasn't a big thing.
So it's just like that. That's what you dealing with. So I think I'm trying to figure out, is he gonna keep going with this? Because that's the question. Is his son gonna be like, well, you on television talking? I'm gonna go on IG and talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting.
Talk to Adam 22 or something.
And if he has other, and if there's
Vlad TV or somebody,
yeah, if there's more to the convo too.
Well, he said he got more tapes.
Is there more to that conversation? Is there like, or did you just take that part where your dad just black? You know what I'm saying?
I think he's out of tapes because that second tape was kind of whack.
He said he's out.
So
I think he's out.
What was on that second tape? Because like
Nothing.
the interviewer said, I couldn't understand anything that was going on.
The lost tapes.
I listened to it. I was like, what is this? This is nothing.
Is he Nas now?
Right, the lost tapes. We're gonna have a whole Kirk Franklin collection, volume 1.
Yo, but the meme, I ain't gonna lie, the memes and the re-songs of stuff have been hilarious.
Yeah,
like people flipping Kirk songs to like fight songs and stuff is hilarious.
Yeah. They got one with flies.
Yeah, internet is undefeated.
So what's up with Trackstarz, man? What you guys got brewing and being in the CHH community, you know, being here for